Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Welcome to Arlington, Texas. It's America's Game of the Week on Fox. And a great one. Division rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys. And we're about to kick off. The Eagles have won the toss. They've deferred, so the Cowboys will get it first. A lot on the line here today. And glad to have you aboard as Jake Elliott will kick it on away. And here we go. Devontae Turpin will take it. Ever so dangerous for the Cowboys. Looking for a seam. And up across the 25 he goes as we welcome you to the broadcast booth. So many fun matchups in this game, Tom. You think about the Cowboys and their number 2 offense. By the way, Tom Brady, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Hi. Cowboys number 2 offense against this Eagles D, which is red hot all of a sudden.
Yeah, they sure are. This defense is tough. They got Jalen Phillips coming in as a great pass rusher for this Eagles defense. That's what they want to do. This offense is going to need to stay very balanced today. Running it, some quick throws by Dak, some play action pass. They can't let this defensive front ruin the game like they have the last few weeks.
Start with that run game, trying to stay balanced with Javonte Williams, who has a hard-fought 2 yards.
New set of downs.
Yeah, picking second in the NFL in receiving yards. Back to the run with Williams, and he stood up after just a yard that time by Zach Bond, the all-pro middle linebacker for Philadelphia. Well, you look at the Cowboys offense, right? Offensive line, they're finally all healthy. They're playing pretty well together. And you talk skill positions with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson. That's as good as it gets.
Sure is. And we talk about all the things they do well. Let's talk about what they also do well. They don't go backwards. Only 6% of their plays go backwards. They can stay on track. That's a great place to start for winning football.
Play fake. Prescott being chased by Jalen Carter. He's in trouble and taken down from behind. Inbounds by Jalen Carter, who did not play in that first game because he was ejected before the first play for spitting on Dak Prescott. So he's playing today. That's good. Spitgate behind us. This Eagles defense, you talked about it. They've gotten healthy. They traded for Jalen Phillips. In the last 2 weeks, they've allowed a grand total of 16 points.
Yeah, early in the season, kind of their inability to rush the passer led Fangio to move away from his kind of umbrella scheme, more blitzing. But now that's back. That front four can suffocate the passer, play zone defense, eyes on the quarterback, and try to intercept that ball.
Third down, Williams has a way to go to get to the sticks, makes a move, but then Zach Bond gets some help and stuffs him right around midfield. So it'll be a 4th and 3.
Again, you see it a little bit right there. That rush gets on Dak, some crossing routes. Nothing's there, so he flips it out to the back, and they swarm, but in a game like this, why not? Go for it. Let's be aggressive. Try to go beat the defending champs.
And so they will go on a 4th and 3 on this opening drive. Prescott, 4-man rush. Looking, floats one, incomplete. It would have been a diving effort from Javonte Williams, but Nakobe Dean said not this time, and the Eagles will take over.
They got to man coverage, and just a little out of the outstretched arms for Williams. Williams is a great runner. Yeah, he can catch, but diving catches to the halfback is tough, and exactly what Philly wants to do on the opening drive. Always swarming. Always contesting these catches. That's why the margin of error for this Philly defense is so small. They just leave you so little room to breathe.
And so the Cowboys gamble on their opening possession, go for it on 4th and 3, and so the Eagles will take it and take over at midfield. These teams met so long ago. It was week 1, seems like forever ago, where the Eagles won 24-20 in Philadelphia. Eagles the number 1 seed in the NFC right now. The Cowboys with renewed life after the performance last week, and they are still in it with a chance to make the playoffs. Here's Jalen Hurts to throw on first down. It's A.J. Brown who makes the catch. Hard to miss him with those fluorescent shoes out there today. And look, Jalen Hurts, tell you one thing he does, win. Second thing he does, he never turns it over.
Yeah, both those things, obviously not turning it over. I love 1 interception on the year, and we just continue to see clutch leadership and clutch play from him. Great kind of poise under pressure, and yeah, he gets scrutinized a little bit against traditional passing stats, but all he does is win.
Throwing it again. Protected. Far side. Why not A.J. Brown again, who makes his second catch. So A.J. Brown involved early. A lot of great action. We go downstairs to Aaron Andrews. Talk about these Eagles on offense, EA.
Kev, it always seems to be a little noisy in Philadelphia, especially when you're talking about the Eagles offense. This week, the noise a little louder after a report suggested that Eagles coaches and players were frustrated with quarterback Jalen Hurts' on-field play. Now, Hurts was asked about it, and he said, look, nobody's brought that up to me, and I take great pride in being accountable. His head coach said, noise, nothing new for this team. We've actually had success despite it.
Yeah, they've done quite a few winning, despite how it looks sometimes, and they're 8-2 this year and the #1 seed to this point. Second down. Hurts comes to Saquon Barkley. No one's home. Barkley, head of steam. First down and more, and he's out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. This is a good-looking drive for this offense. And, yeah, you know, maybe it hasn't been as pretty as last year. They've had some struggles. But the bottom line is they're still winning football games, Tom, and they still have electric skill position talent.
Yeah, when they're balanced and they can run the ball effectively, and they run it a lot. It hasn't been as effective as last year, kind of what we got used to. But they still have a physical brand of football. And they have some explosive players. And
look, they're in the bottom of the league in a lot of categories, but they look the best they have all year by far. They made a couple trades. Quinnen Williams, they come over from the Jets. He was great in his debut. They bring over Logan Wilson, and they got a lot of guys healthy, Tom. They had 6 new bodies on D last week.
There was a lot. They kind of struggled early in the season at basically every statistical category, but they've gone.
You know, and you look at what he's done, his .718 win percentage through year 5 as a head coach. It's the 7th best of all time. All time. 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl victory. That's what he's done on his resume so far. 3rd and 5 here for Philly.
A lot of good options for him. Goddard, usually down here in the red area, is a great matchup for him.
Hurts throwing end zone. A.J. Brown, touchdown, Eagles.
Great read by Hurts. As soon as that safety rotates down to take Shipley, watch all that space created behind him with A.J. Brown on Bland. Just enough touch for Hurts to throw the ball over the top of Overshown. An easy one down on the board. Not close enough in coverage, Bland. It's a great way to start the opposing team, come into this house and make a great stop on defense and then answer the bell, come out and put them on top.
Yeah, big time stop. And as Aaron said, noisy, but a good kind of noise there. Down the field they go, and it's A.J. Brown from 16 yards out. Eagles jump in front 7-0. Heavy hearts today for all. So here are the Cowboys. Second possession. Prescott over the middle. Incomplete.
They're really stacked there in the middle of the defense.
Here is Williams. Gets to the initial couple tackles, and then shoestring tackle from behind up to the 27. He goes.
Yeah, part of this scheme, what they like to do early in the game is they run the ball a lot and they try to set up their play action. They're more of a pass-first offense, but certainly early in the game, they want to keep you guessing a little bit, and it can't be a total pass-a-thon. And Coach Schottenheimer loves his dad's influence, Marty Ball they call it. And with that offensive coordinator, Clayton Adams, it's a heavy emphasis on the run game early.
Here trying to pass, no one open, going to flip to Ferguson. He's got a way to go. Jordan Davis is all the way out there. Got by him, but he had some help from Jalix Hunt. And so a 3rd down and long is coming up.
One aspect of this defense that I love from the Eagles is how they just swarm to the ball. Even on that little flip throw, they kind of cover downfield, but because all of them, those defenders have vision on the quarterback, as soon as the ball is thrown, and that's the way Vic Fangio coaches it, they all swarm to the ball and they gang tackle. It's hard to break those tackles.
Third and 6, 4-man rush. Prescott stepping into it, going deep, looking for CeeDee Lamb over the wrong shoulder. A little miscommunication there. Lamb went left, throw went right, and a punting situation now for the Cowboys.
Yeah, miscommunication. CD broke in front of Adoree Jackson. He kind of runs the post route. Dak maybe thought he was going to go outside of him. That's why CD can't find it in the air. Little miscommunication, shaking the head. You see both of them, and that happens sometimes, especially on those downfield throws. There's a lot of time for that ball into the air to be in the air. Being on the same page with the receiver in those situations is the only way you're going to connect.
Yeah, usually those two are. Not here, though. Here is the punt. Xavier Gibson is going to call fair catch, and he'll do just that, up around the 24-yard line. So the Eagles get it back. Opening drive touchdown for them from A.J. Brown, and then they're up 7-0. By under Nick Sirianni, first all-time in one-score games, 32-4. Second all-time when they win the turnover battle. I don't know what else you want to see.
Yeah, it's a formula for winning every single week, and this offense has done such a great job all season long. And even though it hasn't been the most prolific offense, taking care of the football with a great defense. And now Dallas, like I said, with Dak Prescott, you got to come answer this. You got the ball, you're playing against a division rival, you're at home, you're the best passing offense in the league. You got to step up, and you got to go out here and perform.
Great man to punt it away. Oh, that got close, and man gets hit down. There's a penalty flag, too. This is a 4th and 10. Maris Leofau, I think, is the guy that ran into him, but the question will be, will it be running into or roughing? Oh, there you go.
Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Wow. So that's a first down on a 4th and 10, and if you get the plant leg, which is apparently what happened here. Let's watch.
Yeah, Flournoy coming off the right side is going for the ball, and it's thought he had it and clips his left ankle.
Once that plant leg, that left leg for a punter is taken out, that's a personal foul. That's the bottom line, no matter what it looks like. So it's the right call.
Yeah, great rush, untouched. At that point, I don't know if he didn't think he could get it, but if he lays out Flournoy, it's got a great chance to block it. Instead ends up being a very costly penalty, and again, that momentum just swings right back to Philly. Very frustrating for this Cowboys team to get off to a slow start like this at home.
Yeah, Cowboys have been so good offensively at home, and they'll have to wait a little bit more time. The Eagles will keep this drive going after the personal foul penalty. Four-man rush. Hurts over the middle. A.J. Brown back, makes the catch again. He had one target in week 1 against the Cowboys. He's already got 4 catches in this first quarter.
Yeah, that's a huge kind of void in the zone there for Brown and Hurts. Like I said, I love the way Hurts just finds his open guys early in the...
3rd and long. Blitz is coming. Flag flies. Hurts near side. Devontae Smith incomplete. And we'll see what the penalty is first. The Eagles are pointing like it's on the Cowboys. And it will be.
Offside. Defense number 42. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Man, oh man. Keeping the drives alive with these Cowboys penalties.
Yeah, unforced errors on defense. Clowney just simply lining up with his hand kind of in the neutral zone, head off sides. Nothing that Philly needs to do. See it just slightly breaking the ball there. Gives them another chance. Can't afford to do this against this team. This is...
Cowboys send another blitz. Hurts sees it. Rifles into A.J. Brown. In stride, and he's down to the 21.
A lot of decisiveness there by Brown. Brown on the right side working on Ravel. One-on-one on a slant route. Opens his hips, and look at that little void in the zone shown there where Ezeraku is not there. Pitch and catch there. Give him too many chances, what happens.
Hurts on a design run. Keeps it off the left side. He works down to the 16. Let's go back to this penalty. Our guys in tape were watching this closely.
Oh, it did.
He got a piece of that.
It's like his pointer finger right on his right hand.
So that would have had to be challenged by the Cowboys, but obviously that shouldn't have been a penalty. Now, to be fair, we looked at it 35 times, and, you know, zooming in, it was hard to see in real time, but the Eagles get a break, it turns out. That's why this drive's still going. Get it to Xavier Gibson on a little jet sweep pass, and fights his way inside the 15 down to the 14, where he gets roughed up there. Now, Kevin Patullo in his first year calling plays, 44 years old, replacing Kellen Moore. He's been with the Eagles and Nick Sirianni, associate head coach, the last 2 years. His offense is doing some good things. I mean, just look at A.J. Brown. He's had less than 50 yards 6 of the 9 games he's played this year, which is so uncharacteristic for him. He's got 66 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah, and speaking to Kevin earlier in the game, he doesn't mind where this offense is at. He did say, you know, we faced 8 at the time, 8 of the top 10 defenses in the league. It's not going to be as tough coming down the stretch. So they're building towards something in their run game. They've got a lot of adjustments at the offensive line. They can straighten that run game out a little bit, maintain some of this solid passing. No, they're in a great position to succeed as they were last year.
They were, and they call a timeout. With that, we'll be game with Aaron and Tom, and maybe this got A.J. Brown going.
It's always fun whenever I kind of a 48-year-old retired quarterback feels a football in his hands, and you see one of the all-pro wideouts. You got to see, you know, you can just pop it out there and play a little catch.
I tell you, your velocity looked pretty good.
Yeah, Jalen's looking pretty good today with his velocity.
He is. 3rd and 3 here. A couple Cowboys penalties extending this drive. Try to run it. Barkley makes a great move. Can he get to the edge? He does! Saquon Barkley has a 1st and goal.
Couple guys had a chance. Odighizuwa breaking through, and then Wilson kind of makes a miss at the line of scrimmage with Odighizuwa. Wilson coming out from the secondary and can't even get a finger on him. That explosiveness and burst to the outside is what we saw last year so many times for over 2,000 yards. This year, a little, not quite the production, but I still see the explosiveness, KB.
Eagles have been unbelievable in the red zone. 1st in the NFL. Hurts. Floating one end zone. A.J. Brown touches the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Hurts, A.J. Brown on Kalen Carson, catches it. And then I just love the rhythm that Jalen Hurts is in right now, finding the open receivers, got a lot of confidence in A.J. Brown. They talk about this relationship with quarterback receiver. It doesn't look like there's any issue to me. When Jalen gets that single high matchup, KB, that he's shown one-on-one with the perimeter, he's got dealer choice with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. He's found A.J. Brown a lot today, but it's a dangerous offense when Hurts plays in rhythm.
A.J. Brown in the slot. Hard to miss him with the fluorescent shoes on. Hurts, designer on, up the middle he goes. Jalen Hurts still going. He's in. Touchdown.
You hear that? Communication at the line of scrimmage. They show empty. It spreads out the whole defense. Jurgens makes a great block, just washing Williams out of the middle of the field. Both linebackers, Murray, Leofau, have a chance. But Hurts basically just called his own number right there. He looked in the box and said, no, I can get it in. I don't care if there's 2 linebackers showing up. I'm going to make a miss.
Wow, Jalen Hurts on fire to start this game. Touchdown run for him, and the extra point try from Elliott is up and good. It is 14-0 Eagles. But we take you back to how this all was possible. Eagles were punting. It was 4th and 10. They called roughing the punter, which looked correct, but after further review, Eagles got a big break, and they take advantage, and it's 14-0. As good a rivalry as there is in the NFL. This one goes back a long time. 134th meeting, Eagles and Cowboys, and Philadelphia off to a flying start, 14-0. Dallas went for it on the opening drive on 4th and 3. They got denied. And then the Eagles, 4th and 10, they were punting or roughing the punter. But after we looked at it, you could tell that he got a piece. They had a challenge, but they didn't. The Eagles go down and score there. So their offense is humming. And now Dallas has
4 wins by Michigan over Iowa State. Got it. I'll be there to see.
I know you were keeping track.
I'll be there to see if it's Williams finding the soft spot in that defense and that power running. It's exactly what they need. They got to answer these 14-point deficit here.
Pressure on Prescott. Let's one rip. CeeDee Lamb incomplete. Boy, looked like his hands were all over.
Yeah, didn't quite come out of Dak's hand very cleanly. It's kind of a tight wobbler with that ball in the air. And you see it hits the kind of heel of CeeDee's hand. Clearly open. Drops, had some critical drops in week 1 against the Eagles. 4 of them. Those are the ones this offense, when we talk about a top passing offense, it includes everybody. They got to answer this.
Now it's Williams. Not much. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb not a drop guy, right? He had 4 drops, and one of them was huge. Who knows? They could have won that game week 1. He dropped a potential touchdown last week. You know, late in the game was over. And then was really the rest of the year has been clean until that point. But that one hurt. Cowboys will have a 3rd and 8. We come back. End of 1 here in Arlington. 14-0 Eagles. Have yet to get in gear offensively. This is a pretty big 3rd down early in this game coming up. 3rd and 8. And I wonder, they went for a 4th and 3 on their opening drive. They got stopped. I wonder if they're thinking they get 5 yards if they try it again.
Yeah, with this aggressive mentality, down 14 points, you've got to continue to be aggressive throughout the game. You can't lose the game in the 2nd quarter, but this is just a huge series just for their overall confidence from their team.
Prescott looking, firing, it is caught over the middle for a 1st down. And the ball comes loose, and the Cowboys jumped out. No, it's still loose, and now the Eagles have it. It felt like 17 different players touch it, but Philadelphia comes out with it in the end.
Great throw by Dak.
Fumble recovered by the defense.
Right between CeeDee's numbers. And CeeDee may be down by Kaya.
Oh, he is down. He's down. They're going to get a break there.
Great throw on 3rd down. CeeDee Lamb on Adoree Jackson, that left forearm. Fortunately for CeeDee, that ball's out. Huge conversion. And that solid execution. They just can't afford many more mistakes against the defending world champs.
The runner was down by contact before the fumble. 1st down.
There you go. So the correct call and a much needed conversion for the Cowboys to keep this drive going. Now look one more time. Lamb, who had the drop moments ago, clearly down. So they keep this drive going from the 31. And Tom, I know the officials have to get it going here, but you told me for the game you want to see the Cowboys have a little tempo here.
Yeah, a little more juice, whether it's straight to the ball in a no huddle tempo or when they break the huddle, kind of run to the line of scrimmage. Feel like you got to get your energy up, especially down 14 points. You got to bring that juice and see if you can get a little momentum going your way.
Scavante Turpin backfield. He lost the ball. That is on the floor and is picked up by Zach Bond. This time the Eagles will have the recovery. Wow. Sloppy start for Dallas, and just when they get a little momentum, it disappears. That's clearly a fumble. Zach Bond recovers, and the Eagles have it up 14-zip.
The ball away immediately as you get through the offensive line as you're trying to read blocks, but he's just in basically an unfamiliar territory for him. Never used to seeing blocks develop, and you could see him, he's just frustrated. And they just haven't had someone to spell Williams. So as a coaching staff, you're trying to think who else can touch the ball. And Turpin, with all his experience in the return game, you think it's him, but he's just not used to taking it from that I formation.
Now the Eagles in great shape, up 14-0. And Hurts will throw it again with some pressure. Steps away, going to throw it to Barkley, who's wide open. It's a first down all the way up to midfield for Saquon Barkley. And the Eagles offense looking really good to start this game.
Great rush and escapability from Jalen Hurts, finding his way out of the pocket. And you see the tempo they're playing with. They're already on the ball. They played like such a different unit last week against the Raiders. They fed off the energy of that front seven. And Quinnen Williams was a bright spot. They weren't expecting to come in here against this offense and being down 14-0. So they're scrambling a bit themselves here early too, KB.
2nd and 20. Here's Tank Bigsby, gets his first carry, and it's a good solid run up across the 45 all the way out near the 48 for him. It'll be a 3rd and long coming up.
This defense of the Cowboys is ranked 32nd in the league in 3rd down conversion. They've given up. They just haven't found a way to get off the field. Those rankings are challenging. It just stresses the defense so much. It's the perfect opportunity. 3rd and more than 10. Going to need that defensive line to disrupt the passer, force errant throws. It's got to do when you play this much zone defense.
Eagles need to get to the 40. Hurts loading up, going deep. Devontae Smith comes back and gets it. Oh, Devontae Smith on a beautiful throw and a bomb and a first down for the Eagles.
Sometimes you run routes at the sticks, and sometimes you just stutter and run right by the defender who's kind of thinking they're going to try to pick up the first down. Instead, he blows right by Carson. And Smitty, who doesn't say much, just goes about his business every single week, comes up with another huge catch.
And Jalen Hurts has turned into really one of the better deep ball throwers in this league. 41 yards to Devontae Smith, and so another scoring opportunity. They flip it to Smith here. Gets a block. Devontae Smith is short. He's going to have a first down inside the 1. Back-to-back great plays from Devontae.
Yeah, if he wasn't tired enough, let's run the little jet sweep pitch. See if you could get it in that way. Again, not the biggest body, but he's very fearless. He's always, we talked to him a few weeks ago, he's one of the smaller guys he always said as he played, but he's always shown great toughness, and you see it right there going for the end zone.
Well, you know what that sets up for? The old tush push or brotherly shove. Dean Blandino loves it. Got stopped a few times last week versus the Lions. Here they're on the half-yard line. Hurts, shove forward, he's in! Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Get it going that close. They've lined up in this formation more than any team in football. They run it better than any team in football. The power of the quarterback, the power of the offensive line, virtually unstoppable from that distance.
Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdowns in this first half. A touchdown pass to A.J. Brown and 2 rushing scores. Point is up and good. So the Eagles kind of reminded everyone that, yeah, we're the defending Super Bowl champs. How do you like us now? It started with a turnover recovered by Zach Bond, and then the bomb to Devontae Smith at Jim. And then the tush push works again, and Nick Sirianni's Birds are up 21. Career most in Eagles history. Some pretty good running quarterbacks. Randall Cunningham and company. So Jalen Hurts just continues to add offense in the league, and we laugh in your face because they are crushing it today.
Yeah, 20 minutes into the game, he has almost 160 yards passing, distributing the ball well. It's the kind of usual cast of characters, but this offensive passing game that everyone talks about all the time, that it's kind of the thing they worry about the most, it just comes to life in moments where they need it. You got to give them a lot of credit coming on the road, performing like this early and shutting this home crowd up.
Now the Cowboys need some sort of response here after the turnover and another score. Try to get the run game going. Not much there. See sunshine coming into AT&T Stadium. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. Of course, we're inside here today, so totally comfortable. It's just kind of been a whirlwind, right? I mean, for the Cowboys, they go for it on fourth down, they get stopped. The Eagles get it at midfield, they score. And then they...
But all these third downs feel so heavy all the time when you're down 21 points. All these plays feel like you just got to gain ground, and you're trying to gain ground on one of the better defenses in the league at this point.
And we get some movement. Cowboys will move back 5.
False start. Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
All right, time now for...
See if they've got a little push of their own.
Oh, are you calling it?
Maybe a little different variety. This is not...
Look at this. They do a little trickery. They got Williams in the backfield. Direct snap. Javonte Williams, who is waiting for a signal. No, he is just short.
Little trickery, trying to gain some numbers. You got the lead blocker, Flanoy, who tipped that punt. And you're just relying on a push from your interior. Yeah, good call. A little short, but you are 6 inches. Quarterback sneak, direct run. You got Lipke in here. Power football, whatever it takes to just pound that ball in.
3 tight ends, too. And the Cowboys moved. Oh, man. I think that was Tyler Guyton, the left tackle. Jeez.
False start. Offense number 60. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Yeah, bad football. You just, so much of this today so far. At home, you have the verbal snap count. Yeah, you know, it just goes from second and 6 inches to second and goal from the 5 and 6 inches.
Yeah, a lot harder.
A lot harder against this defense.
Have been one of the most penalized teams in the league, and it bites them there. Prescott looking. Oh, rolling traffic. It's intercepted. Reed Blankenship picks it off in the end zone.
Yeah, clean pocket. Blankenship just kind of a little tug on the jersey, but not enough to get a call. Dak really not pressured there. I'm not quite sure what he was looking at. 2 green jerseys undercutting that, which they're always going to do that on the goal line. Poor decision and huge job taking an opportunity away from the Cowboys
line. But this is a big play. Listen.
Yeah, it looks like there's obviously a voice inflection. That sounded like it was Dak. It could have been someone else. Kind of hard to tell. I thought it was Dak when I initially heard it. But those hard counts when you get, you know, everyone's antsy at the 6-inch yard line.
The Cowboys have had so many mistakes. I mean, you go back to the beginning of this game and they're shooting themselves in the foot. Obviously, this one, as we reviewed it, probably shouldn't have been called because the ball was tipped. But then the fumble by Turpin, a killer. And then it's 2nd and goal from the 6-inch line. And then the very next play is a tough decision. Leads to an interception for Reed Blankenship, his first of the year. And so, look, they're getting outplayed, but that's a lot of mistakes in this first half. And this is the bottom line. The Eagles, this is how they win. They win the turnover battle. They're better than anyone. When they do. They got 2 of them today. It's Hurts to throw it again. Over the middle he goes, and it's caught there by Smith. And it'll bring up a 3rd down. You know, the Eagles, we know they love to run the ball. They've come out firing it today. A little different game plan.
They have. Hurts 13 of 18, 164 yards. And again, when you're up 21 points, now you're just, it's dealer choice up back there, quarterback. He's got all day to stand back there, find his multitude of receivers, but you're in perfect position. You never feel like a great return.
Turpin, an all-pro returner, had a kick return touchdown and a punt return touchdown last year. None so far this year, but we know what he can do. He's trying to give a little life to the Cowboys.
Yeah, a little spark. They need a little spark. Get this crowd into it a little bit. There's just been nothing to cheer about today for the home crowd. Everything's gone the Eagles' way. Every bounce, every call, turnovers. See if they can get something from their all-pro returner.
It's a great kick. Actually going to go backwards a few yards. How about that job by Braden Mann? Some punt that time. 53 and no return. Hey, we've got a big NFC North showdown on tap for Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Lions take on the Packers. 12-time Grammy winner Jack White with headline the Thanksgiving halftime show powered by Verizon. Kickoff at 1 Eastern right here on Fox.
This was supposed to be a little appetizer for Thanksgiving dinner, but the Eagles have rained on our parade today.
It'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Cowboys looking to get something on the board. It's 21-0. Eagles.
Joe Harlington, and sometimes the expressions tell the story just as effectively as the scoreboard does. You see Schottenheimer, Clowney, CeeDee Lamb, exasperation, frustration, and a feeling of being stunned right now. The spark
of mistakes, of errors, and you can't win till you can keep from losing. You're just playing a team that doesn't, the Eagles, that they just don't give you much room to breathe. And then when you add those unforced errors on yourself, it's get you in this situation here and now.
Prescott dumps him down to Williams, and there's a penalty flag as well. This one in the backfield. Williams goes nowhere. Going to lose a couple depending on the penalty, as Bond was there. He's already got a fumble recovery today.
Personal foul, tripping, offense number 60. 15-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Now, Tyler Guyton's had a couple bad penalties in this first half.
He's got a tough matchup going against Jalix Hunt over here on the left side, who's really wreaked havoc, and you see him. One way to slow him down, just
in a legal way, but it's
got to be legal right there.
It's one way.
Yep. Not effective when the ref sees it. And now you're back in this situation, 1st and 25, challenging to overcome.
And that's what they will do.
Yeah, good choice up 14 points. You got kind of everything at your disposal. Really haven't done much to the Cowboys defense to slow them down. They're getting the ball coming out. They're in great position.
Feel good. Time to get more stats with Geico as the Eagles up 21-7 at the break. And we look at the yardage in this one. Kind of funny, right? Dallas has more yards you would have never guessed, but the Eagles doing what they do. Jalen Hurts playing great. They've got 2 turnovers, and they've scored off that. And that's why they're in front. That's usually why they're in front, with a good defense. And so it's 21-7 at the break. Philadelphia in front. Kurt Menefee and the guys in L.A. The Verizon halftime show starts right now. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. But A.J. Brown, touchdown, Eagles.
I just love the rhythm that Jalen Hurts is in right now.
The old tush push.
Virtually unstoppable.
Oh boy.